pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I think most of you are supposed to be here anyhow, but it's good you showed up. We'll get right into it. We're going to have Mr. Chief Peterson. He's got numerous resolutions this evening.
The first one is to approve emergency dispatch contract agreement with the Marlboro Fire Department in the amount of $1,677 per month.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Second is a resolution to approve the purchase of a 2022 Chevrolet medium-duty HD chassis in the amount of $61,078.28 from Sarshone Chevrolet of Randolph, Ohio, and that is on state terms.
Motion to approve.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
One interruption. We're using the ARPA funds, so do we need to add that to our resolution, Todd?
Yes.
Okay.
What was the amount on that too, Jennifer?
61,078
28.
with the ARPA funds.
Yes. Sorry about that.
You need to-
No, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the next one just add that at the end of the sentence.
Okay. Resolution to approve the purchase of a 2022 Lifeline Type 1 ambulance module in the amount of $188,176 from Funds Superior Sales Company of Lower Burrell, PA, using
ARPA.
funds.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
The fourth is my recommendations for the amendments to the hourly rates. I provided all of the surveys that we did looking at the fire departments in the county and also the dispatch centers across the county. It doesn't put us at the top, but it doesn't put us at the bottom. I think it makes us pretty competitive, and I'd like to have these approved. I didn't add the effective date, but the effective beginning of next pay period, which would be 5/21. Did you have any discussion on the resolutions, or you just want me to read them in?
We just.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I'd like the resolution to approve the following hourly pay rates as listed below, and these would be effective 5/21/22. So our part-time firefighter EMT would be $16 per hour. Our part-time firefighter paramedic, $19 per hour. Our full-time firefighter paramedic would be $21.50 per hour. Our full-time shift captain EMT, $23.66 per hour. Our full-time part-time shift captain paramedic is $25.83 per hour. Our part-time probationary, and that would be for their first 120 days. Probationary dispatcher would be $16.50 per hour. Part-time dispatcher at $18.50 per hour. Full-time dispatchers at $21.50 per hour. Our full-time dispatcher supervisor at $25.50 per hour.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
And the last item is a resolution to hire Alani Clean Hands as a part-time dispatcher at an hourly rate of $16.50 per hour, effective 5/13/22.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
The only thing I want to remind you of is we have the pancake breakfast at Fire Station number 1 this Sunday from 8 to noon.
8 to noon.
Yep.
That's Broadway.
Yes, on Broadway, yep. Thank you.
Okay, road, Jamie, you're up.
Okay, under road number 6, resolution to approve the May 12, 2022 road report.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Number 7, a resolution to approve $10,000 for DJL material and crack seal.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Number 8, approve $40,000 to Allied Corporation for the purchase of asphalt.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Number 9, approve $20,000 to North Star Asphalt for the purchase of asphalt.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
And then number 10, discuss 2022 road department chip and seal program. and I'm getting a number like about $20,000 a mile,
Okay.
and they're filling up pretty quick. And Mark's needs chip and seal, it was done in 2016, and it's about close to 4 miles. So
Okay.
if, I guess what we need to do is maybe advertise for it, get that started.
And it won't be in on our big, as far as the other budget that we were looking at.
We did have a line item for chip and seal.
Oh, did we?
The problem is asphalt's like astronomical.
Right.
We paid like 50 some, it's like almost 100
Oh,
a
wow.
ton, so we're looking at a huge.
Setback.
So, yeah,
All the parts is done with a motor paving on a grant,
Yeah.
and I believe it's starting to fail, and when it does fail, it really breaks up quick.
Yeah,
And
this
I
will
think
give
we
it,
need to refill it.
this will give it some longevity.
that's kind of where we did our work session.
Okay.
We had that kind of earmarked, so.
We earmarked 6 miles, but this will be about 4.
Well, I'm thinking we're gonna have to cut it down to just parts.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
That's my guess.
okay.
And we're opening bids for the asphalt for the paving, okay, so that'll be,
You get some bids in yet? You got some in?
Yeah, I think we're not fixing it.
Okay. So go ahead and advertise for that.
right.
Have Sandy help you with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Way to go, Jamie, from here on the road, 60%. From
Yeah.
about 61 up to 100 plus.
Something like that, yeah.
Wow.
That's large.
Yeah. And like, in the past, it's been like, they would put it down for maybe $4 or $5 more than what we could pick it up for. This year it's gonna be probably close to $30, so.
Oh, really?
We might have to start doing a little bit more on our own, but we'll see what the bids go.
Yeah, that's where the bids are at, and we'll go from there. 'Cause they can do it fast though too, when they do it, you know?
Yeah, everything's like crazy, you can't get nothing done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, we did a lot the last 2 years. It
We've
kinda
done
helped out.
really well.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Jamie.
Do we need a resolution to advertise, or are we good?
I don't think you need
No,
to,
just advertise.
not to advertise. no.
Okay.
Approved advertising.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to Mr. Bosley.
Okay, I'd like to approve the minutes for the April 28th, 2022 trustees meeting.
Motion to approve?
Second?
You have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Number 12, I'd like to approve fire bond payment to Huntington Public Capital Corporation in the amount of $6,916.50.
Motion to approve?
Second?
You have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Number 13, purchase a new computer and printer for the fiscal office with a VPN, which is a virtual private network, and not to exceed the amount of $5,000.
Motion to approve?
Second. You have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we have a vendor spec'd out yet?
No, I just wanted to make sure everybody was on board.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna work with Rich
Oh.
on all
Jim
that.
Don gave me a real good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Email us. Yeah,
Great.
okay.
Okay, then, number 14, approve refund payment to Medical Mutual with Billing Ohio in the amount of $265.04.
Motion to approve?
Second?
You have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Okay, number 15 is approve a raise for the fiscal assistant. I did get a chance to talk with the fire chief today. He would like to have a review, and just so everybody understands, the fiscal assistant works part-time for me and part-time for the fire department. And we at this point would like to just have her review, and whatever raise she would get, we will, it'll go back to today, but we wanna kinda talk through some things before we decide on all
So
of
we'll
that.
table?
We can
further
table it
review.
until the next meeting, but it'll
Okay.
be retroactive.
Okay.
And then I just had one other thing I wanted to talk about, and what I'm about to say is directed to the board. So this is not to stoke an old fire or to make anybody upset. It's just to talk business as a fiscal officer. This week I received a phone call from our insurance company, which is Westfield Insurance, our agent. And they were asking questions about the audit. Had we rectified things that were wrong with the audit? were things fixed so that this wouldn't happen again. And I explained they are fixed except for the payroll issue. The agent expressed concern to me that we still have a situation where there are 4 males who report in a different manner than the other employees of this township. And from my perspective, I see 3 things that really could go wrong with that scenario. Either we could lose our insurance rates could go higher, or someone could, become angry or upset and take some type of legal action. So I just wanted to take the time to note that on the record and just encourage the board to continue to try to work towards a solution that works for everyone and is better for us. There's only a handful of companies that do township insurance, and it could create a liability issue with the scenario that we have. And that's what I believe, and that's what the agent also was a little bit worried about. I'm not saying that's what Westfield said, I want to be clear about that, but there was some concern about that.
Do you have an agent's name that we could contact?
Carly Wagner. Yeah, that's who I talked to. So if you guys, can talk with Jim or try to figure something out, I just don't want to see tax dollars get spent on things we don't have to, either in higher rates or in lawsuits. So that's my 2 cents on it, and I hope you'll consider it.
Okay, thanks, Todd.
Okay, concerns of the citizens, we have any this evening? Zoning, Jeff, you're up.
Number 16, the resolution accept the May 12, 2022 zoning report.
Motion to approve?
Second,
A motion is second, voting please. Jennifer?
yes?
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
And 17, accept the April 2022 monthly audit report.
Motion to approve?
Second,
Have a motion is second, voting please.
Jennifer?
yes?
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
And then the discussion, township zoning activities for 2022. I just want to tell you some things that we're doing.
Sure.
That's good. That way, you're not in the dark about much stuff. The BZC, next month, will be sending out new text, after they motion for it. We don't motion until we're ready to send this stuff out. And what we have is parking. There's new stuff on parking.
Okay.
And, we were looking at axle capacity, and that will be changed next month because, the word capacity actually can take it down to a 3/4 ton truck or 1 ton truck, so we gotta be careful with the capacity of the axles, okay? So they're gonna look at that. And B, we did a part B of home occupation, and what it is that part A has to do with in-house occupations, say like with a lawyer or maybe somebody that does hair. That's part A. So we did a part B, and what it is we've taken it from a lot of people around this area where they have a business, but they're allowed to travel away from home. Okay, and then use part of their accessory buildings to, in case they come home with a little supplies, they can put some of their supplies in their accessory building, that's new. And that will help out, and it will actually stop some of the questions on such as that. And then we're doing conditions and new definitions. Our conditions are for the BZA. We've been changing those up a little bit and making them a little bit better and, help the citizens. And our new definitions that we'll be working on, we have to change them because some of them are not in there that I need. And there's also the definitions need to change to reflect actually what the word actually means.
Okay.
Okay, so we're having that new stuff like that. And number 2, that will go out next month, and that will go to the regional planning. Number 2, organizing the files for quick access and the permits and other matters. We're trying to change where we don't just throw stuff into those files. We want to have access right to them if somebody's calling us, and we might go by roads.
Right.
Or we're gonna do something that Jackson's doing. Ford Street will be looked at closer for repairs and utilities, hoping for grants from the county. Jennifer and I are working with this, and we got some of the actual citizens that live down there, and they will come in and talk to us about it.
That's over Raleigh, right?
Great.
Okay. Yes, they were talking about some things that we could do to that to actually get, if we have an engineer to come in there and draw something up, we will have a very good chance. I think what happens is COVID stopped people from spending money, and now the new money's there, and we might be able to get hold of that, all right?
Yep.
And the zoning officer will be adding to the list of demolitions, will be, building paperwork. Here's our last one from our project. That is 8717. All the paperwork is in here, ready to go. Okay, so in maybe a couple weeks, I will come after, a resolution to go ahead and work with the county land bank and, to actually get the resolution to take the building down. Okay? Then we will be done.
It's a house, right?
Yes.
That's that one, Eric.
Yes.
It it stalled a bit because the owner was supposedly working on his own
Yeah.
to get it down.
And even the
so-
contractor
Yeah.
said they were coming out.
Right,
You know, the Kirby brothers said they had been
right,
contacted and they
they
would come out.
given him a bid.
Is that 17 or 18? I looked at.
They're on
county map,
both.
18.
They're on 17 and 18.
Are they really? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm actually
Side
thinking
of the
about,
road, though.
they got a bad building out back, like an old shed, and I think we need to add that to it. All right, just.
It has stuff in it,
Yeah,
like tractors.
yeah, okay, and, so there's actually other demolitions that I'm looking at now. And, I don't want to, make the township, you know, overextend themselves on something that really needs to be done. And then number 5, we'll actually pursue nuisances from last year, 2021. There's a couple buildings and such that we got them in contact with the county to do things, and it's taken a long time to get this through. So we'll be looking at, and then we're finishing up. Everything's ready there, all the paperwork for the doing the last building. And then the new website pages for residents to communicate with county offices like soil and water. We're gonna start putting more into that.
Links, you mean?
Yes, and we get, build it better, people are actually using it, because what we did was got them into the application for the zoning, and then makes them look at the rest of the
Sure.
website, which is good.
Andy helping you with that?
I will.
Oh, she's already doing a lot. And, let's see, the MS4 compliance for regular scheduled reporting, that's all done. So we're now up to date.
Okay.
The new program's in. I already did the first quarter, scheduled, look around, make sure everything looks good. So when they come down and they take a look, we actually have a shelf with 4 or 5 binders in there on everything, and when they come in there, they just grab them off,
Right.
and there's all the information they need. We're set, good to go. And all the reports are in, they haven't sent anything back yet, so we must be doing good. And then we got a new type of permits and with better forms of application. We're changing the application forms where we get a little more information from them, so we can contact them and, new types of permits. That one I thought was that we got that was across the board, everybody was using it, they're not. They have actual other forms, and we're gonna try and split them up and make them easier reading, easier for me to fill out.
Right.
Okay, and I will talk about doing, you know, and new procedures for the office to work correctly with the county. Some of that stuff I don't wanna talk about. There's concerns, but I've had conversations with the auditor and also the building department on the proper way of doing zoning with them. And what we're allowed to do, what we should be doing, and what we haven't been doing for many years. So, we're good there. We got good communications with them. And better travel for inspection, like creating a map for the township for travel. I'm dividing the township up, and every once in a while I'm gonna do like maybe the northeast, you know, and the southeast and stuff like that. And then I can just do this real quick, take a look, anything's wrong. I wanna get more into that. I did have a lot to do in the past year and a half.
What do you mean by that?
Well, what I would do is I would take a look at the map that I have over there, and I'm gonna start doing better, so my travel time is better, and I can see more and get done, and then I will do the, let's say, the west, you know, part like the northwest, and then I will hit that area, make a report on it, and I will keep everybody abreast on what's going on with the little pieces. I'll piece it out is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Instead of running all over the place, thinking I'm gonna check down in this corner and run all the way to the next corner,
Right.
it will just.
Mondays are northeast, Tuesdays are southeast.
Yeah, that way I'm not putting in 100 miles a week.
Right, I get it. Gas is only $4.40 a gallon, what you
Yeah.
trying to?
Yeah, so I'm figuring out, gotta do stuff like that. So, that's it, and, number 19, 4074 Broadway home and, front yard being used for a business in an R1.
Isn't
That's
You and Jim, you guys, you and Jim.
Well,
right?
Jim was well aware of that.
We thought it was cleared up the last time, but I did get a new photo.
Okay.
from
Yeah,
Jeff,
it's,
it's back.
he's back at it, yeah, so we'll have to, Jim, if there's something you could come up with,
Send another letter, but it's a violation.
Okay.
Jeff, you did send a certified letter last year.
Yes, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down there and talk to them. I like doing that with the residents when something comes up. I'm not afraid to go there. I'm not gonna just think, well, let's blast them with a certified letter. I like to go down there and see what they're up to. You know, talk to them, not on the phone, drive down there. And I get better, let's say, responses from stuff like that. You know, right now, he's probably the only one that's really trying to figure out what to do. I think he's young. His yard looks better. He's got the truck in the driveway, it looks like it's cleaned up. It's like he's about to make a decision, we're gonna try and help him. One of my things I thought about is maybe he doesn't own the equipment, and I'm going after the wrong person. All right, you gotta think of stuff like that. So I thought,
Still in
let's,
the yard.
Yeah.
Grandpa might own it.
But it's still in the
Yeah,
yard.
yeah.
You know, it's not, I wish he put it in Grandpa's yard over on Maple Grove, but
Yeah.
that's
You know,
unfortunately doesn't. But Jim, I still would like probably for something to come out of your office would be really nice.
Yeah, I'll coordinate it with Jeff too.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
87, 1/8, so like I said, it's on 2 lots. We got, and it needs to go down. I drove by there the other day and I'm like, you know what?
That one's been vacant for 15 years, 20 years.
Yeah, it's, you know, these are old things we're doing.
Yeah.
Trying to clean up old stuff.
Yeah.
And that is kinda hard, but this one here, he knows we're coming.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and finish that. We'll get everything going on that.
Okay.
And, but you know, some other project was more exciting to do.
I'd like to make a motion to enter into executive session authorized under Ohio Revised Code 121.22G1 to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official with the investigation of charges or complaints against a public employee, official, licensee, or regulated individual unless the employee, office, licensee, or regulated individual requests a public hearing by Division G1 of Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code at 7:28 p.m.
Second.
Motion and second, really at 7:23, George.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right, you shut off when you did. Motion and second, voting please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
Don?
Done.
Yes, sorry.